Hello guys, welcome back to our interview series again. So now we have a new topology. We have a R1, R2. Both are directly connected point to point IP. We are using 12.1 here now, 192.168, 12.1. Here we are using 192.168, 12.2. And in the LAN 1, if you are going to consider the LAN 1, so in LAN 1 we are using 192.168, 1.0/24, and in the LAN 2 we are using in LAN 2 we are using 192.168, 2.0/24. What is our requirement? Our requirement is to make the communication between the LAN 1 and LAN 2. So obviously we have to perform the default, we have to perform the routing here now. So on R1, if I am going to add IP route 192.168, 2.0, 255, 255, 255.0, and the next hop IP is 192.168, 12.2. Just I am adding it on R1. So point is, once I am going to add IP route 192.168, 2.0, and the subnet mask is /24 we are basically using, and next hop IP 12.2. So our question is, after that if I am going to use the ping command from PC1 to PC3, will make the communication or not? That is our question. We are not adding the route on the R2 end. If they will not communicate, so where the packet will drop and what will be the message on the PC1? That is our question. So guys, as you know, the router here in this case, if I am adding the route only on the R1 end, then what will happen? Obviously the communication is not going to happen because of the R2 don't have a reverse path. That's fine. That will not make the communication. That everyone is aware about it. But where the packet will drop and which packet will drop? That is the question. So in this case, from the PC1, if we are going to use the ping command for PC3, so both are into the different subnets. So PC1 will use their gateway. It will send the first step ARP request to get the gateway MAC address. After that, PC1 will forward the packet. What will be the destination IP in that packet? 192.168, 2.100. And what will be the source IP? 192.168, 1.100. This is your L3 header. Then L2 header will be there, obviously. And then there will be your ICMP packet. That data frame will reach to the R1. What the R1 will do there now? R1 will remove the L2 header and will look up the destination IP. What is the destination IP? 192.168, 2.100. So according to the routing table, R1 will forward the ICMP packet to whom? To R2. What the R2 will do there, guys? R2 will look up the routing table according to the destination IP and it will forward to the finally PC3. In between, obviously the ARP process will also happen if it is going to make the communication first time. But once it is going to forward the packet to PC3, what the PC3 will do there? PC3 will send the ICMP reply. Once it will send the ICMP reply, what will be the source IP address? 192.168, 1.2.100, and destination IP will 192.168, 1.100. Then R2 will look up the routing table for this destination IP address, and it don't have any reverse path. That means R2 don't have a path to reach here now. Then in that case, what will happen? It will send the message to PC3, host unreachable. That means ICMP reply message will reach on the R2. R2 will send the ICMP message again to inform to the PC3, destination host is unreachable, and on the PC1 will not get any replies. On the PC1 will be you will get the request type out. So what is the flow, guys? The flow is packet will move from here to here, then it will move to the R2. R2 will forward to the PC3, and then PC3 will forward to the send the reply. Once the R2 will get the reply, again R2 will send the message to him, host unreachable. So most of the people are confused why the R2 is going to forward if R2 don't have a path to send the reverse traffic. So why the R2 is going to forward the traffic to the PC3? So guys, router, it is a router properties. Router will never look up the routing table for the source IP address until or unless there is one feature that is called URPF is not enabled on the routers. So by default URPF feature is not enabled, so router will never look up the routing table for the reverse one. So it will forward the traffic to PC1. PC1 will send the reply, then again it will send him the reply message, destination host is unreachable, but here it is not getting any reply, so you will get the message request time out. But in the same topology, after add the IP route on the R1 end, if you are going to make the ping command from the R1 for which IP address? IP address is 192.168.2.100. R1 will get the reply. From PC we are not getting the reply, but from the R1 I will get the reply. So thank you guys.